Hi, welcome to this essentials practice. It's called Quick Release, and it is a shorter video that's dedicated to Satya, which is a myofascial release. It was developed by my teacher, T.S. Little, and in these videos and in classes and workshops, I almost always do Satya work at the beginning, and I wanted to focus on Satya for this practice. So most of the work will be done on the back. We will be doing two postures at the end. I have a blanket on top of my mat. If you'd like to do that, you could. It's about this sort of like just the comfort of being on the floor. Although we will be doing downward facing dog as a final pose. So if you do want to mat around for the stickiness, go ahead and take it. And then also have a block because we will be sitting in between heels. And if you need some support, a block might prove helpful. So let's get started. And you're going to lie in the back with your arms by your sides, elbows bent 90 degrees. And every exhale, you're gonna relax to this spot. And as you inhale, you're gonna reach one arm beyond your head and press the same side heel forward. So you're lengthening the side body, that's on inhale. And then exhale, relax back to center. And let's alternate sides. Reach an arm back, heel forward, so you're lengthening. You exhale, relax. And go back and forth like this, lazily, at the pace of your inhales and exhales. And have the breath lead the way. So you mindfully breathe into the side you're stretching. And you notice the side you're breathing into. You go back and forth like this. Another few times, and you might notice that one leg is tighter than the other, one shoulder is tighter, one low back. When you inhale, you go for the length, and then when you exhale, you relax back to center, and you can relax for as long as you'd like. You can always take a breath in between the two if you need to, and let's go back and forth like this a few more times per side. Okay, and you started on one side, so cycle through and lengthen the other side. And then as you exhale, relax your hands next to hips and drop into the floor for a breath. Notice the feedback from your system. And from here, please place your feet flat on the floor, hands underneath head. The next practice is a sort of double butterfly work where you're going to take your elbows and your knees out to the sides and down as you inhale. So elbows and knees down, you can draw your shoulder blades in. And as you exhale, bring your elbows and knees together and go back and forth like this. Inhale, elbows down, knees down. And as you exhale, pin your elbows together if you can and pin your knees together. Now we're going to incorporate some spinal work with this. As you take your elbows and knees to the sides, also arch your back. And then when you bring your knees together and bring your elbows together, press your low back into the floor and go back and forth like this a few times. And finally, to activate your neck, you can look behind you as you inhale. So you're arching your back, you're arching your neck. And as you exhale, as you press your low back down, you can lift your head and your shoulders up and go back and forth like this. So it's almost like you're tractioning your neck. On exhale, you can use your arms to pick up your head, traction the space between shoulders and your neck. And then as you inhale, squeeze your shoulders together and look behind you. And go back and forth like this another few times. Okay, very nice. So then as you inhale, place your head on the floor and you can take your hands next to your hips. Bend your knees, your feet are flat on the ground. Notice the after effects. So that was some hip work, spine work, shoulder work. And then from here it's gonna be back body work. As you inhale, you're gonna peel your spine up off the floor, lift into bridge. That's your inhale. Top of the inhale, you can squeeze your shoulder blades into the back a little, and then exhale, you lower down. And we're going to repeat that in bridge. The arm work is inhale, reaching your arms up toward the ceiling, and then reach beyond your head. At the top of your inhale, press your hips up, squeeze your shoulder blades into the back, and then exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, land, hands next to hips at the same time. And repeat this a few times. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Go at your own pace a few times with equal weight between your feet. And deep inhales both into belly and into heart center. Okay, great. And then pause there again. Notice the new feedback that your peripheral system's giving you. So you can probably feel more in the legs, around the hips. And then in the shoulders, and we're going to continue one exclusively for the shoulders. One hand is next to your hips, the other arm is next to your head. And what you're going to do is slide your fingers in opposite directions. So one finger slides toward the front of your mat, the other finger reaches beyond the back of your mat. That's if you're using your mat. And then as you exhale, switch your arms, relax the arms, and then inhale, expand your fingers in opposite directions. And then exhale, switch, drop your arms for a moment, and then expand. So you're alternating the diagonal reach. Exhale, I switch and relax my arms, and then I expand on inhale. Exhale, switch and relax. And let's do that twice more. Inhale, you expand the diagonal. Exhale, release and relax. And then one more time, expand the opposite diagonal. And then exhale, you release. Okay, very good. So we're going to combine a couple of those practices. You're going to extend right leg forward, extend your right arm back. Okay? And so this move is 3 of the moves we've already done. You're going to press the right heel and the right fingers away from one another. So it's that length. Also take your left arm forward so the arm is also on a diagonal. And then press your left foot down to lift your hip. So the right side's expanding, arms going in opposite direction, and you're squeezing your left glute and your low back. And that's all on in-breath. And then exhale, come back to center, switch your arms, also switch your legs. And then from here, reach your left fingers back, heel forward for the side length. Also expand your fingers in opposite diagonals. And then press your right foot into the floor, lift your right hip up and over. All that's on the in-breath. And then exhale, release, switch your arms, switch your legs, and then expand right side, go diagonal with the arms, and lift your left side up and bridge. Exhale, you switch arms, switch legs, and relax for a moment. And then left side goes long, go diagonal with fingers, lift the right side up and bridge. And go back and forth like this. And since this is might be a fairly awkward or at least unfamiliar move, I'll just keep on cueing it. So right side long, arms diagonal, lift your left side and bridge. That's all on in-breath. Exhale, come to center, switch arms and legs. Relax for a moment. And then expand your left side, go diagonal with fingers, lift the right side up and bridge. And then exhale, come back to center, switch arms, switch legs, and relax. And let's do this one more time per side. Right side expands, fingers go diagonal, left side and bridge. And exhale, come to center, switch arms, switch legs, and expand your left side. Fingertips go diagonal, lift your right side up into bridge. And exhale, you come back to middle, and relax in Shavasana. Pause here for a moment. Take a deep breath there. All right, so that was a lot of moves all at once. It gives a more fine-tuned idea of what's happening in your body. So we're much more sensate. From here, we're going to turn over onto a side. Doesn't matter which side. But this is one called slow kick of football. And so I'm going to talk about the top leg and the spine. So slow kick of football is you point the toes, point the ankle, bend your top knee, take your thigh back, so you're extending hip, but also extend the spine, so you're looking behind you. So it's a big back bend as you inhale. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin, round your back, and press your heel out in front of you. Straighten your leg fully, like you're kicking a football, and here's the follow through. And you go back and forth like this. So you point your toes behind you, extend your hip and spine, that's on inhale. And as you exhale, round your spine, press your heel out, and go back and forth like this. So very slowly winding up to kick a football on inhale, and then at exhale, you kick the football. There's your follow through. And go back and forth like this another few times. Great, and one last time, take a deep breath in. Big exhale, follow through. Okay, great, and then relax on the back and notice the difference between the side that you just worked on and the side that you're about to work on. And then turn over onto the other side. So top leg, start straight, and then you point your toes and ankles, bend your knee, extend at your hip and your entire spine, and look behind you. So you're winding up to kick a football on inhale. And exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, and extend your heel as far forward as you can for the kick of the football and the follow through. Inhale is back bend. And then exhale, round your spine, extend your leg, press your heel far out. Go back and forth like this a few more times. And does this side feel different than the first side? That might be tighter or looser, or it's kind of stuck in a different place. Just have the breath lead the movement. And keep your brain in the breath. Twice more. Take a deep breath in. And big exhale. And one last time. Take a deep breath in. All right. Drive your heel out. Very good. And then lie on your back again. Lie face up. Notice what you can notice. How are you feeling now? All right. Okay, one more piece of satya practice. We're going to take our arms now out in wingspan. Feet flat on the ground. And every exhale, you're going to relax back to this spot. And as you inhale, you're going to turn your head to the right. Look at your right hand. You're going to turn that right arm back. This is external rotation. And turn the left arm forward. So your arms are spiraling in opposite directions. And that's on inhale. And then exhale, come back to the center, palms up and eyes up. And let everything relax. And then you turn your head to the left. Now your left arm externally rotates. Turn your palm back. Right arm internally rotates. And so that's on your in-breath. So you're wringing out the arm line. Exhale, you release it. Come back to center, palms up and eyes up. Let's go back and forth like this. Again, head to right. Right arm in external rotation. Left arm in internal rotation. And then exhale, back to neutral and soft. Head turns to the left. Left arm in external rotation. Right arm in internal rotation. And then exhale, you come back to center. And then from here, we're going to add a twist by taking your knees opposite your head. So if your head's going to the right, drop your knees to the left. Arms are still doing the same thing. And then exhale, you come back to center. Pause. and then you wring yourself out the other way. Deep breath in. And exhale, you come back to center. You go back and forth like this a few more times per side. Slide your fingers out, wringing out arms, wringing out torso. Exhale, you let it relax. Inhale, wringing out arms, wringing out torso. Breathe into it. And exhale, come back to center. Let's do this once more per side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, back to center. And then finish with your second side. So you turn your head to the left, deep breath in. Okay, great. And then from there, release hands next to hips. Pause there, notice what you can notice. Take a deep inhale into belly. Okay, great. And then we're going to come up through hands and knees, point our toes back. We're going to sit in Virasana. That could also be, so Virasana is sitting in between heels on the floor. If that doesn't work for knees, you can always sit on heels. If the ankles don't work, you can always bolster the ankles. But we're going to be here for like a minute. So, so find something that works for you. And if you need the block too, you can use that. The block between the hips and heels, or the block on the ground. But find a comfortable seat. Ultimately, if this doesn't work, you can just do this cross-legged. But you're going to relax your legs down, relax your legs, interlace your fingers, and then press your palms up toward the ceiling. And draw your elbow points inward, lift your lungs up. So as your thighs drop down, you press your arms up toward the ceiling, and we're going to breathe here a few more times. Deep breath in, big exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And twice more. Okay, great. And then exhale from there, release. Take a couple of shoulder blade rolls in one direction. And a couple of shoulder blade rolls in the other direction. Okay, and then from there, come to hands and knees. You can wiggle your toes around, move your ankles around, and then extend one leg back and engage and relax the muscles around you. One knee a couple times, do the same thing on the other side. And if you're using a blanket or a carpet and would like the mat for downward facing dog, you can always remove it so that your feet are on sticky mat. Hands on the floor, feet on the floor, and start with your knees bent with your sitting bones up toward the ceiling. So the navel is nice and long, and then press your heels back and down for a big back of the leg stretch. So Virasana stretches out the front of the legs. This stretches out the back of the legs. Breathe into navel. And there's several breaths here. Lift your inner thighs up another millimeter. 2 more breaths. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. And one last time. Breath in. Okay, great. And then knees to the floor. And come around to seated. All right. So hopefully you feel much more embodied, much more inside your system, and that helped release some major areas without being too up, and so like flying upward without being too energetic. Hopefully you can do this any time of the day, first thing in the morning or last thing at night, and any time in between. So thank you so much. Take care. Namaste.